Renowned NRI Sikh and vocal pro-India American Sukhi Chahal has passed away in the United States. Now, according to the family, Mr. Chahal died of a heart attack. He died of a massive cardiac arrest. He died in our hands. We don't see any foul play into this. This is what a family member of the deceased has said. Now, prominent resident of California, Sukhi Chahal, was widely recognized for his outspoken stance against Khalistani ideology. In fact, he consistently opposed the Khalistani extremism and anti-India propaganda in the US and Canada, which often brought him into the spotlight and at times controversy. Now, following the announcement of the passing, a wave of mourning has swept through pro-India communities worldwide, while Khalistani-linked groups have remained silent, with no formal reaction issued so far. Now, we're joined on the broadcast by Sukhi Chahal's colleague, his fellow anti-Khalistani activist. He has worked with him, in fact, in the past. Thank you so much, Mr. Surinder Singh Lali, for joining us on NDTV 24/7. So glad for you to take out the time for us. Mr. Singh, there's a lot of speculation, really, over Mr. Chahal's death as well. What really happened? Take us through that.
Well, first of all, I come with a very heavy heart because, you know, Sukhi's unfortunate demise, although the jury's out on this one, and I wouldn't want to jump the gun by, pre-guessing. So I'm going to hold on to my horses and as well as my emotions, because he was a great guy. And there were many times that we were, on TV programs and seminars together. And, he was based out of the West Coast and I was based out of the East Coast. So he used to always say, Singh Sahab, while you take care of these key elements from one end of the battlefield, and I'll do it from the other end, because, in the US, in the East and the West are like in any other country. But, it's a big loss, not just to his family or a personal loss to me. It's a big loss to India, because he was one of the lone wolves who always, like what an average Sikh who understands Sikhism would be, stood up for India. He in fact, even went to the extent of saying, and I quote him, that Guru Patwant Singh Pannu needs to get his head evaluated. Because he said that he's not just speaking against, he's not anti-India, he's anti-Sikh too, because all these referendums that they keep talking about, 87% of the Sikhs live in India. So what referendums are these Pannus and these jokers having? And on top of that, Sukhi's unfortunate death, right, just a couple of weeks before this referendum, it bothers me. It concerns me. But as I said, I'm still going to hold on to my horses. And the other thing was that he did a great job in building bridges. He's a good citizen, not just an Indian citizen, not just a good Sikh, not just an American citizen. Because even now, how America is now that we have the very mercurial, mercantilist, megalomaniac as a president, where you could be deported even for a misdemeanor. You presume to be anti-Semitic or you presume to be pro-Palestinian, you'd be deported. And Sukhi just broadcasted and told the vulnerable, uneducated Punjabis who are illegal that, do not venture out on anything, even a parking ticket or a brawl at a bar will have you deported, because America's different. So Sukhi's loss is a big loss, and I personally feel that, I feel more load on my chest and on my shoulders, because we need the like of Sukhis who can negate what these fringe rogues who live in the Western economies, and they spit women against India. They talk about our diplomats, they talk about our embassies, our prime ministers, our airlines. So Sukhi's loss is going to be a huge loss, and I personally am very saddened that the other thing I'll tell you is that every Sikh living outside India is a diplomat, because we wear a turban, and a turban can be identified from 500 miles. So, Sukhi was, and all of us Sikhs are pro bono diplomats working for the Republic of India, for our motherland, because we represent India even without having cleared the IFS exam.
Right, Mr. Singh, thank you so much. Again, really sorry for your loss, but really appreciate you taking out the time.
It's our country's loss. It's not just my loss. It's our country's loss.
Certainly. And I'm sure it's a very difficult time for you to also speak to us. But again, thank you so much for sharing some words on this very tragic.
And God bless you. God bless you.